Lesson 1-10, Visualizing Volume Units. Today, we are going to explore the sizes of various volume units, think about the most appropriate units for measuring volume, and discuss the relationship between units of volume. We've been working with these little yellow cubes a lot in class lately. Each side of the cube is a centimeter long, so we call this a cubic centimeter. I want you to take a second and think about what objects in the real world would you measure in cubic centimeters? We could measure things like your pencil box, a juice box, or a granola bar. Cubic centimeters are pretty small, so we would have to measure things that are kind of small, not huge things. Could we measure a whiteboard in cubic centimeters? Look at how teeny tiny that little centimeter cube is next to our whiteboard. Would that be a smart way to measure that whole whiteboard? Or should we use something like a ruler? I'm thinking the ruler would make it a lot faster than the cubes. Let's take a closer look at that ruler. On this ruler, we can see the size of a centimeter and the size of a decimeter. It looks like it takes 10 centimeters to make 1 decimeter. The decimeter is much bigger than the centimeter. So using that, do you think a cubic decimeter would be larger or smaller than a cubic centimeter? Let's find out. Like we said earlier, the yellow cubes are cubic centimeters, and it would take 10 cubic centimeters to fill up one side of a cubic decimeter. So if we think about volume, the length, the width, and the height would all be 10, because we would need 10 cubes for each side. If we use our formula, volume equals length times width times height, we can figure out how many of the cubic centimeters are in a cubic decimeter. So let's find the base first. 10 times 10. We know that is 100. So it would take 100 of these little yellow cubes to fill in one layer on the bottom of our decimeter. Then we would have to multiply 100 by our height of 10. 100 times 10, that would be 1,000 cubes, 1,000 cubic centimeters to fill in a cubic decimeter.